So here is the EZ Flash Game Boy Advance Flash Cart. Now this is going to work with your Game Boy SP, Game Boy Micro, DS Lite, and I'll quickly show that to you right now. And what games you're going to be able to play are Game Boy Advance, Nintendo, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy. So let's dive right in and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So it just opens up with the EZ Flash operating system here. So I put these folders in on here, and what you can have are like Japanese translated ROMs. You could have Game Boy Advance hacks, ROM hacks, Game Boy Color, there's NES. You can't do Nintendo DS, so that won't work. But here's Game Boy as well. So let's quickly take a look at some Game Boy Advance ROMs. So these are some hacks right here. So let's check out, here's a Fire Emblem Advance Wars hack. And what it says here, it says boot with add-on. So that means if you go with an add-on, then you'll be able to hit the top buttons here and then start, and it'll let you reset the cartridge. So let me show you what a ROM hack looks like on here. So this is Advance Wars 2, but you know, with Fire Emblem characters. So as you can see, the characters are all changed into Fire Emblem characters. So it's a little different from the normal Advance Wars, but it's been, you know, it's a ROM hack, so it's been changed, the sprites. The music's also different. Yeah, so just cool things like that. It's even got like the characters here as well, like Elliewood. So when you want to leave, just hit the top button, start, it'll say reset, save loads, so you can actually even have save states as well. Let's check out some Game Boy games. So we're gonna jump in here. So here's Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge, clean boot. It's gonna load it right up. So this is what it's gonna look like. I mean, it looks pretty good for a Game Boy game running on the Game Boy Advance here, SP. I'm getting smoked by this crow here. So another cool thing is if you hit the top buttons, then you can, you know, turn on auto fire, you can change the display settings. There's a few other settings here too. Speed hacks, save states load, manage SRAM, I'm not exactly sure what that does. Sleep mode and restart. So I'll show you some cool display things you can do. So you can actually change the color scheme. So here's a bunch of different ones right here. So you go, you know, you got green, red, blue, just a whole bunch of different types here. I'll see if I can find the one that I like. Oh, that one's kind of crazy. One that I enjoy is, I believe it's that one. I think that's one that I enjoy. Has a little bit of a blue to it. And then when you want to exit, just hit restart. That takes you back to, or that just restarts the game, but when you want to leave, just hit exit. And then let's check out another one. Here's Contra, the Alien Wars. So this is looking really good. Let's change the color palette. Yeah, and it looks great. And then again, you want to leave, just hit exit. Now let's check out a Nintendo game. Here, we'll check out Blaster Master. Something I've noticed with the Nintendo portion of this cartridge is that it always has the display large like that, so I don't really know how to change that. I've tried changing it a few different ways. So like you can go to display here, but it doesn't let you, you know, shrink it to like 4:3 or something like that. But I mean, it still looks pretty good even on widescreen. Ow. So there is Blaster Master. So you can see the pixels are kind of off there. So, I mean, you can mess around with the settings here on display. So there, you can do follow, which I think looks a little better. Oh god, that just totally made it like glitch right out. Okay, never mind. This face kind of looks a little messed up there. But let's check out some Game Boy Advance games. So every Game Boy Advance game is going to look great on this system. Now, you won't be able to play things like, you know, WarioWare Topsy-Turvy or Yoshi's Topsy-Turvy or WarioWare's Twisted, obviously because you need the gyro, whatever it is, the attachment that comes with those games, so you won't be able to play those. But, you know, every other Game Boy Advance game, there isn't any issues. Something else to take note of too is it won't be able to read zipped files, so you have to unzip them, and it also can't read certain characters, so you have to make sure you change the name of the file name. So might be difficult to try and change each name, but it does have issues with that on certain games. So let's check out one more Game Boy Advance game. So here is Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy Advance. It's looking pretty fantastic. Oh, I just hit myself there. And it's running pretty great. So I just want to show you one other thing. So here are the other settings up at the top here. So you can just, you know, you can customize a few different things there, like the sleep in the menu key, reset and sleep and cheats, as well as the, just as well as some information about the cart here. And that pretty much wraps it up. This also works on, you know, for example, you could also put it on the Game Boy Micro, so you just pop it in. So same thing, you can just pop it in. Anything that runs a Game Boy Advance, you can also run it on that. And it just runs off the SD card right here, so you just drag and drop whatever games you want on the SD card. So here's Crash Bandicoot, and it's working great. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.